This should also look familiar. And again, to be honest with you, why it also looks familiar is because of that polymorphism and inheritance. And again, it's trying to look very similar to what we did for if stream and reading in. We're going to do, it's going to look very similar for writing things out. The only thing that's different really in the overall code is we're using out file on OF stream, and the angle brackets are the whatever, they're the different way. But other than that, it looks pretty much the same as what we're going to do. The only other difference is that, again, you get to dictate of how it's going to be written out to the file. So very much like a cout, you know it's going to have a first name, a space in between, and then the last name, and then it's going to end that line, just like you would on a monitor if that was a cout. So you are going to identify the order. You've already collected the variables. Now it's time for you to go ahead and dump them out to the file. And the last part, of course, is the closed file, which is really, really important. So here's your exercise, though. I want you to create the code to ask for the user for 10 Christmas gifts they wish. Each time they enter a gift, it is entered the file gifts.txt. Use a for loop. Don't use arrays. And we'll go over an answer here in a bit. Don't make this crazy. I'm not trying to make this hard. So if you're thinking, oh, he's got to do this, no, just keep it simple. Yeah, I'll leave it at that, and we'll go over an answer here in a minute. Here's our solution. Not very different than what we had before, right? The only thing that's different is the loop. And this time, yeah, I used a for loop because we know how many gifts that we're really doing for this. So notice I am grabbing the gift from this. Now, here's the point. This you might not be happy with this, and I'm okay with that. This gift is hoping, this particular setup, is hoping that it is a single word string. That could be a problem. Let's say, what if I season tickets? That's 2 words. This would not be able to handle that. So we have to be careful in exactly how we were to get that information in from the keyboard and then go ahead and write it out to the file. Okay, that part shouldn't be a big deal. So this version is fine if all of the gifts were 1 word. But let me show you what it's going to look like if we had 2 words or more. So this is what it would look like, frankly, safer. Notice, by the way, I'm still using a string for this. That really wasn't any different than the previous one. The only thing that is different is I'm using the get line instead. And again, that's because a gift may not be 1 word. If it is, great. But this time, if it's more than 1 word, great too. I still go ahead and be able to get it and throw it out to the file using that same variable of gift. By the way, also then I'll always be on another line too using that endl at the end. So that endl is actually really, really important. So again, I personally visualize what is it going to look like on a screen first, and then change it to out file after my declaration, and then voila, it looks the same as it should in the text file.